Waterfowl and wildlife can have really big implications from being fed. In those areas where you're getting food distributed, you can have problems with excess nutrients in the water, which can create algal blooms. Algal blooms can make water non-swimmable or non-drinkable. You can create overcrowding situations, which can lead into a lot of things like inbreeding and disease introduction into populations. It can make reliant on the food they're being fed, so they're not teaching their young how to forage correctly.
It attracts rats, it attracts feral cats, it attracts crows. So it might cause serious ecological or human health hazards.
And most people typically feed, especially ducks, food that's non-nutritional for those animals. To kind of put it bluntly, feeding ducks bread is kind of like feeding your kids Twinkies all the time. There's no real nutritional value, it fills their stomach.
Ducks actually can get really fat from the meals that we give them. Something like bread has no nutritional value for a duck. By enticing the birds to leave their habitat with food, those birds will enter the human area. When you feed waterfowl or any other type of wildlife, you actually make them dependent on the food you're giving them.
The ducks themselves can actually fill their stomachs to the point where they're not getting any nutrition and can actually die from eating too much bread and not eating other items.
There are a few conditions that ducks and other waterfowl can develop if they're fed a high caloric diet. So if you feed ducks things like bread, they can develop a syndrome known as angel wing. The ducks don't develop a full flight feather. They only develop a small pencil-like feather, and it renders them effectively, or sometimes cases, permanently flightless. Feeding ducks, especially bread, causes them to have this syndrome that unfortunately causes them to die. Birds are wild animals. They don't need anthropogenic food sources at all. If you want to do it, I would say do it in moderation and do it with prepackaged bird seed. They sell specifically duck seed or seeds targeted to a specific animal. So do it with those products that have been tested, that have been verified, and are unlikely to have additional consequences.